Welcome to this explainer. Have you ever actually pictured your stomach as this bustling, vibrant, cartoon-like jungle? Well, it's actually a micro-universe teeming with literally trillions of tiny helpers, all working around the clock to keep you healthy. Let's step into this world together, guided by the groundbreaking research of Dr. Tim Spector, and discover how this tiny ecosystem holds the absolute master key to our well-being.
Okay, let's just think about this for a second. Who is really running the show in your body? For centuries, traditional medicine has treated the brain as the undisputed CEO, right? Just sitting up there isolated in our skulls barking orders. But as those of us who follow the latest science know, the reality is pointing in the exact opposite direction.
This brings us to a massive shift in how we see our bodies. The old belief system, it basically treated nutrition like a simple math equation, just counting calories and macros, while the brain controlled everything. But the new evidence-based reality is so much more fascinating. Your gut microbes act as a virtual organ. They are the actual bosses, sending crucial instructions straight up to the brain, fueled by a diverse array of real food. To put their power into perspective, just look at the number 200. Our gut microbiome actually has 200 times more genes than our own human cells. No way, right? They're basically a massive, versatile defense team, producing thousands of unique chemicals our bodies literally cannot make on their own. Without this incredibly complex society of tiny, cartoon-like workers, our brains simply wouldn't function normally.
But there's a villain in our tiny, thriving city, and it goes by the name of chronic inflammation. A quick immune response is totally fine and helpful, but when it becomes chronic, it's like your body's internal alarm bells get stuck on high alert. It's exhausting. It leads to that mysterious fatigue, surprisingly low moods, and a way higher risk for autoimmune issues and rapid aging.
So, what's the root cause of this villain taking over? Well, it's our modern, ultra-processed diet. The standard American diet is stripped of natural fiber and packed with artificial additives. This literally starves your helpful microbes and leaves toxic leftovers behind. That allows the bad bugs to multiply, sending out distress signals that just stir up inflammation throughout your entire body.
All right, let's move on to Section 1, the communication highways between your gut and your brain.
Think of the vagus nerve as your body's literal high-speed internet cable. It links your digestive tract right up to your brain. There are millions of tiny neurons lining your gut, constantly sensing what your microbes are up to. Whether they're happily digesting plants or battling ultra-processed foods, they're uploading that real-time data straight to your head. And as Dr. Spector explains, when that internet cable delivers bad news, the brain goes into what he calls some sort of lockdown mode, a sickness behavior. Your brain reacts exactly as if you have a severe infection. It lowers your mood and drains your energy. This biological lockdown perfectly explains the modern explosion we're seeing in fatigue and depression.
Which brings us to Section 2, the surprising highway between your mouth and your brain.
This is wild. We can actually link our daily habits directly to serious cognitive outcomes. If poor oral hygiene lets bad bugs thrive in your plaque, the resulting inflammation doesn't just stay in your mouth. Alarmingly, science links this to a 25% increase in heart disease and a massive 20 to 50% increase in dementia risk. The good news? A simple daily flossing habit zeroes out that inflammation and actively protects your brain.
Okay, time to play detective in Section 3, self-assessment.
You can actually check on your own internal ecosystem right at home using 4 simple clues. No lab required. First up, regularity. Are you going 1 to 2 times a day? Second is consistency. Things should be soft and easy. Third, comfort. Zero bloating or pain after you eat. And finally, vitality. Steady energy and a stable mood are fantastic signs that your tiny helpers are thriving.
Now that we know what to look for, let's dive into Section 4, the Hero's Playbook, featuring Dr. Spector's 8 rules for happy microbes.
Here's your rapid-fire playbook to defeat inflammation, and what I absolutely love about this is how it focuses purely on inclusion and abundance, rather than those miserable restrictive diets we're always sold. It's all about eating a wide variety of colorful plants, fermented foods, and diverse proteins, while also giving your gut a rest at night. It's just a completely liberating way to view your meals.
Let's look closely at Rule 2, eating 30 plants a week. Honestly, it's way easier than it sounds. When you realize your morning coffee, the mixed nuts you snack on, and all the spices and seeds on your salad actively count, it becomes super fun to hit that goal. Every single plant provides unique chemical fuel for a different species of microbe in your gut.
And for Rule 3, we're talking about fermented foods. Just remember the 4 Ks: kefir, kimchi, kraut, and kombucha.
Eating just a few small servings of these daily is like dropping tiny superhero microbes straight into your gut. They act as an incredible natural boost to your immune system without you needing to buy any expensive supplements.
This next one is a real game changer. Rule 5 tells us to completely ditch outdated calorie counting. The calorie is mostly a marketing tool used by food companies to slap a healthy label on ultra-processed rubbish. Instead, focus on real whole foods that actually nourish your tiny helpers. I mean, a low-calorie diet soda might look good mathematically, but it literally wreaks havoc on your microbial ecosystem.
Finally, Rule 8. Just like you, your microbes absolutely need a good night's sleep. Giving your digestion a 12 to 14-hour overnight rest lets a specialized night shift crew come out to sweep up debris and repair the vital lining of your gut. That is essential for a strong immune system. Constant late-night snacking completely interrupts this crucial healing process.
As we wrap up this explainer on your microscopic universe, I want to leave you with one empowering thought. Every time you eat, you aren't just feeding yourself. You are managing a bustling, living ecosystem. You hold the power to starve out chronic inflammation and cultivate a vibrant inner world. So, looking at your very next meal, ask yourself, what will you choose to feed your trillions of tiny helpers today?